He said that the Cowboys at 20 could trade the 20th pick to the Chiefs for cornerback Trent McDuffie.
One of the things that, and I can't wait to hear more from Christian Parker today, one of the things that he talked about with how his scheme is run from the defensive back perspective is an emphasis on that nickel corner, right? Okay. So having that nickel corner, and for you, Clarence, slot corner, is one of those things where he values that as probably one of the most important positions in his defense.
Okay.
To have that versatility because everything now is 3 wide receivers, or you have those tight ends now that are, just bigger wide receivers, right? And so having that nickel corner is able to put them in there, and now he can cover your best receiver. He can also cover a tight end that's athletic. He can also be in there as a run defender, right? So he is very big on that. So whether it's McCoy, Bland, and now you bring in a guy like McDuffie, you now kind of put answers to that, and you can now slow play a little bit, Ravel. You can, I don't know what you're gonna do with old seatbelt, but it gives you an option to now work through some things. Maybe even if you look at it and you say, you know what, Revel, let's work on a little bit of free safety.
Oh, wow.
Move you back a little bit. And now have some versatility. I'm just putting things out there.
Just spitballing right
I'm just saying that would put you in a position now where you have your secondary set. Again, this is all conversation, not saying that it's going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Right.
But, and also what Trent McDuffie, I think, brings in somebody who's coming from a winning culture. Right. He is a dog.
Facts.
And we talk about wanting more dogs. You always talk about get him some more dogs.
Give him some dogs.
Get him some dogs.
That's a dog, right?
That's a dog. That's a dude going to go out there and he's going to be a dog.
And he brings in, playoff pedigree, Super Bowl pedigree, championship pedigree as well. And then somebody that CP can trust. But I'm just looking at it like this. This is a rich DB class.
Yep.
And I don't think here's what I'm saying. Ladies, a little eyeshadow here and there, hey, we don't mind. A little blush, maybe, but if you start putting too much makeup on, you begin to look like a clown a little bit. So I just don't want us to get too cute with this particular, I hate to use that analogy, but I just said, you just don't want to get too cute. Just utilize and use what you got and just keep it moving from there. Trust your evaluations of tape, but don't go too risque on getting crazy with trading and stuff.
There was another trade scenario that came up, Clarence, in that conversation.
This is trade season, spitballing season, the idea season, and certainly Bill Barnwell had a column on ESPN. They talked about 11 trades that would make sense over the next month. And obviously we all want Max Crosby, right?
Yeah,
theoretically, we all want, but that's not one that he had coming to the Cowboys. He also had the Cowboys trading Kenny Clark, who came to the Cowboys in the Michael Parsons deal. He had him trading Kenny Clark because Kenny Clark makes.
He has the most tradable contract.
Yeah. 21.5. Now they can again adjust his contract, lower his cap rate, do all that stuff. Do you really want 3 defensive tackles making over $20 million? Do you really need 3 defensive tackles?
Because Quentin Williams is the best, right? We're not touching him. Right. Osa makes it very difficult because of his contract being so new and how much that cap hit would be for the Cowboys. Right. Kenny Clark is the one contract out of the 3 defensive tackles that is the most tradable. It's the most one, Jerry says, fungible. It's the most one that you can work with throughout throughout those 3 guys that are all going to make $20-something million a piece in that interior.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If you keep those 3 and figure that part out, you can arguably say you have the best interior in the National Football League if you work it right with the edge rushing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I'm
but
the
then you need 3.
You don't really need 3. It's just right now.
I got like 3 or 4 though.
You need 3.
Well, we'd be second behind Seattle because Seattle got
a rotation inside.
Inside, they got good.
And they got D-Law and those guys outside. But yeah, dude, you don't necessarily need 3, but that's why you need the Jay Toyers, those guys, to come up big for you.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, good luck. And normally it takes 2 to 3 years for that to develop, in Seattle.
Yeah, we keep waiting on that. Remember last time we waited that? We waited for another guy to turn.
Mine was a first-round pick now.
But it still take 2-3 years.
That was a disappointment from jump. Let's be honest about that. But yeah, so there again, the real question is this, and let's go back to 20.
Okay.
Would you rather have 2 first-round picks or use 20 to move down and get some picks in the second and third round? Move back in the first round and get some extra picks. Because again, even 2 first-round picks, we got a lot of needs.
Yeah.
You know, again, our stomach on our back.
Belly touches the back.
We going to the grocery store hungry. We'll still be hungry when draft day comes.
That's why I say it's so important for us to restructure these contracts, and then you do all of that in free agency, and then you just draft where you at in this draft, because technically there's only about 14, 15 real true first-round grades.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get as many top 100 players on my team, right? But I don't want to overplay my hand by trying to get cute and get multiple picks in the second and third. No, take what you got. 12th and the 20. Cowboys, historically speaking, draft pretty well at those top 25 picks. So let's go ahead and just do that. Think about it.
No. And all of the conversation is worthy, right? Yeah. Because this is the position that the Cowboys have put themselves in.
Right.
Right? To have these comments, because there's so much that is needed. And granted, they do have the 2 first-round picks.
Right.
So everyone's trying now to put the puzzle pieces in place on how can we maximize what these picks can be. Are these picks going to be just 2 first-round picks? Are these picks one of these going to be a trade? Are we trading back to get multiple picks? So this is a conversation of you have a different plan.
Right.
You have a different plan. I have a different plan. Y'all going to have a different plan. And everyone has a different plan on how this thing could be worked out.
Right.
And the good thing is that we have the assets. The bad thing is it took us to be so bad to have multiple plans. And that's why I said this a month or so ago. I believe that this is going to be one of the most important off seasons.
Right.
From a coaching perspective, from a free agent perspective, a drafting perspective, from a team building perspective in the last 15 years, maybe 20 years, because of what you need, the coaches that you hired, the players that you currently have, and how this league is starting to develop.
Yeah.
Everything around you. I do believe the Giants will be better next year because of the coach staff that they bring in, right? They feel how you feel about the Philadelphia Eagles. They have been a dominant franchise for the last 5 years.
As it relates to those type of things.
You know what I'm saying? And whatever Washington will be, right? They're kind of 50-50, right? We've seen them go to the NFC Championship game 2 years ago. They ran into a wall last year. Will they revamp and come back and be better next year? And then everything else. The Cowboys are going to have one of the most difficult schedules next year.
Facts. And here's one of the things I want to say too, though.
We got to be quick. You got 15 seconds.
I love this team, right? But I don't trust this team. You know, we had this conversation before. So at this point, I trust them more in the first round than I do in the second round. Whatever they do in the second round, it just seems as if though we've been snake bitten. Let's get all of our picks.
You don't like Schoonmaker.
Yeah.
Come on.
You don't like Schoonmaker.